These tips apply whether we're on the real hardwood or the digital hardwood. Use these, and I guarantee those W's are going up.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's Miami going up against Denver. Looking at Denver, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Great center matchup tonight. Shaq, I know you've been waiting all day to watch this one. One of the best low-post players of all time in yourself. Give us your thoughts on why the stretch five has become so popular.
Well, in a lot of offenses these days, floor spacing is king. And what you see now, you see a lot of bigs are practicing shooting the three more than ever.
Yeah, even the younger centers, you think of Towns and Cousins and Embiid, as powerful as they are, they love to stay on that perimeter and shoot that three ball. So it's hard to stay on the floor right now if you can't shoot it.
Yes, you came into the league at the right time.
Ooh. I would have made them revert back to
So you'd have a hard time getting off the bench these days, Shaq, because you didn't shoot the three ball well.
Shaq on the bench don't even sound right together. That's like peanut butter and tar.
That can be pretty tasty.
No, that doesn't sound right together, Ernie.
No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding, big fella. Wasn't it funny? Did you find that amusing?
You hurt my feelings, Ernie.
Did you hurt? Come on.
Don't talk
Give
to
me
me
a
for
big
2 seconds. La 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 la.
And now, the starting lineup for Miami. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 16, James Johnson. At the other forward position, 7 feet, number 9, Kelly Olynyk. At shooting guard, at 6'3", number 3, Dwayne Wade. At the other guard position, at 6'3", number 7, Goran Dragic. At center, 7 feet, number 21, Hassan Whiteside. Eric Spoelstra is your head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, your Miami starters.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off a good outing against the Pistons. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And I felt like they came out of that with a terrific game plan, especially on the offensive end.
The defense seemed to be swirling and guessing about where the attack was coming from, inside, outside, and in transition.
The season now starting to take shape, Brent. We have a better idea of who the real championship contenders might be.
There seem to be a lot of familiar faces.
I agree.
Yeah, always.
That's okay. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because in the beginning of the year, we have to do those radio shows and make predictions. Some of our predictions are coming true, thank goodness.
I know. We look smart, don't we?
I don't know about that.
No, you look smart. I don't. You look smart. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. The guards are Thomas and Harris. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Mike Malone.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big edge for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And here's Dragic after Gary Harris made that last three-pointer. He was all alone on that one.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Thomas surveying the D. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
He's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas.
Interesting, Kevin. I got drafted by the Nuggets, never played there. They drafted me 15th overall back in the 1995 draft and then shipped me out. I would have been a much better skier, by the way.
Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Harris, right side. Thomas down low. He's guarded by Dragic. Thomas, no luck.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's Wade. Olynyk against Millsap. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Quick start for the Nuggets in this one. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Denver.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Denver Nuggets.
At the line for 2.
And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instills some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
Good on the second free throw.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
Dragic against Thomas. And that one hits back iron.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And the basket by Olynyk. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Thomas with the ball. He had 22 points in the win against Detroit. Takes the 13-footer. That one misses. And Miami the other way now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Well, they made a few shots, Reg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Now, here's Thomas, following the missed shot by James Johnson.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Here's Thomas. Here's Millsap, second chance shot, and Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Dragic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Both shots good from the stripe. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Harris kicks to Millsap. And there's the pass to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Jokic with the bounce pass. Harris, no good. Miami trailed. T-Wade on the wing. Over Harris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Gary Harris.
Drawing contact is a skill, and Dwayne Wade is a master.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Thomas. Jokic has got his first basket of the night.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Dragic kicks to Wade. To the middle, 14 feet away, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Getting ready for Miami. Miles checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Luke Babbitt comes in for James Johnson. Waiters, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Mr. Moves subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Murray. Vanderbilt. And it comes off the front of the rim.
That's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
Waiters no luck. The Nuggets trail. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Outside for Murray. Lets a floater go, and it goes down 2 points. Murray's got his first bucket in this one.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
So it's Denver now. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Now here's Plumlee. Clock at 6. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Murray's got his second basket.
Well, he's a tremendous shooter, is Jamal Murray, and nice to see him get to the mid-range and knock that one down.
Mr. Moves. The shot from the low post is good. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now here's Murray. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Barton against Waiters. Pass to Mr. Moves. Now, here's Whiteside. Not a lot of room and a missed layup. Denver in the lead. To the paint. Here's Barton. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Babbitt from long range. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Barton, wide open. He fires. Sinks the triple. Barton's got 5 now.
And that's some nice rotation on the ball there from Barton. Looks totally calm rising up for threes.
Here's Mr. Moves. He's covered by Murray. Waiters passes to Lyles. Over Plumlee. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Denver. Torrey Craig comes in for Young. .106 left in the first quarter. Shots good by Lyles.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
The Nuggets shooting just about an even 40% to start. Barton finds Hernangomez. Here's Murray up on top. Passes to Barton. Clock at 6. And Barton throws it down.
Oh, yeah, sure, Will Barton, you could have laid that one in, but why? People pay tickets to see that kind of stuff.
Pass to Lyles. The 19-foot shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Murray, the pass to Plumlee. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Here's Mr. Moves. From deep. No shortage of... Scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to be this good in high school. Then when I got to high school and played pretty well, they said, well, you're not going to do that good in college. And when I got to college, they said, well, the NBA, those guys are too big. They're too fast, too strong. The things you do in college won't work in the NBA. And I've just kept pushing ever since. I have a goal of mine, I want to be one of the best little guys to ever play the game.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player regardless of size.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you, numbers-wise?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
Johnson is out there with Dragic. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Trey Lyles. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Martin with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Barton against Johnson. The pass to Craig. Shoots a 3. Drills it from outside. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position, as we knew it, is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolved.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric, screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. And then for Denver, Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Gary Harris in for Will Barton. The Nuggets leading by 5. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Here's Murray, following the score by Miami. Craig kicks to Millsap. In the corner, Murray with it. Fires the 3. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And that's now 7 points for Jamal Murray. Miami trails by 9. Now Johnson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Adebayo. And Dragic has it in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Craig, good.
Like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
And Miami has possession. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Johnson for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harris. Here's Craig, and Jones sends it back. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Denver.
Isaiah Thomas.
Here's Jokic. Yep, that one goes in there. Jokic has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Adebayo. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And it's Miami with the rebound. Jones up top. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Harris looking it over. Thomas finds Jokic. Harris outside. Shot clock at 5. Millsap controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
This competing right now. Millsap wanting to make the most out of that possession.
Denver's gotten it going from downtown in the 2nd quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. And Bam Adebayo, the 14th overall pick in 2017 out of Kentucky.
Yeah, his name seems to be pretty fitting, right? Like setting screens. Bam. Getting a dunk. Bam. Tremendous athlete. And he can throw it down with some of the best power forwards in the game.
Thomas against Dragic. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Pass to Craig. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his 4th assist in this one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket. coming off a pretty pass.
So it's Denver now, after the missed three from Goran Dragic. Jones in the post. That one doesn't go. Good defense by Jokic. Here's Craig. 7 points in the game. Pass to Jokic. Harris against Lyles. Inside. It's stolen by Johnson. Goes up. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And Tyler plays both ends of the floor very well, using his fast hands there to clog up the passing lane.
Denver leading by 15. Outside Thomas. Out to Harris. That shot, no good. And Miami the other way now. The feed to Dragic. Lays it up off the glass. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Denver calls timeout. We see more and more teams looking to push the tempo. Is that just a fad, or is this going to be a long-term thing?
If I can play against any defense that has no ability to set up where they want to be or have the matchups with the players they want to have, Kevin, I'm going to look to take advantage. And if that happens in the first 5-6 seconds with one pass, so be it.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Nuggets in second.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
To the inside. It's stolen. Here's Magruder, defended by Young. Kept alive. Here's Johnson. The layup off target.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And so here's Denver. 17 points was their biggest margin. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Vanderbilt. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his fourth rebound in this one. Down low and stolen by Barton. Upside Thomas. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
Mr. Moves passes to Johnson. Waiters gets a wide open look. Miami no good on that time either.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
And Young kicks to Barton. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Stripped it away. And now it's Waiters running. He can go all the way. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Nick Young.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
It's his first trip to the line.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Wade, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And a switcher also for Denver. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. That one is no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Scooped up.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
Wade dishes to Waiters. Wade against Barton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots a fader, and with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Wade.
And the mid-range jump shot is something Dwayne Wade has really perfected throughout his career.
Now here's Plumlee. Back to Murray. Can't hit from 12. Miami's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Miami.
Luke Babbitt.
.36 seconds left in the first half of basketball. To the paint, here's Barton. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight.
Smart play there from Barton to establish himself on the inside to convert.
Now, here's Wade. He had 27 points last game. Over to the left wing. Olynyk can't hit. Barton surveying the floor. And here is Murray. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
And the technical free throw is good.
And what a luxury if Murray can play both guard positions. A perfect blend of shrewd passing and some fearless shooting.
Here's Porter. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Denver finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second chance opportunities. They just wanted it more. And obviously, those extra possessions were converted into points. Points that helped them build this huge lead.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Gotta like what Will Barton has done in this game.
Yeah, you know, you don't think of him as a big-time playmaker, but over the first two quarters, that's exactly what he was.
Moving the basketball and making the extra pass, making the defense work harder to stop them. Nice offense there.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. The guards are Thomas and Harris, and it's Porter in at the small forward. Now, here's Thomas. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, with Jokic, even the organization admits when they drafted him, they did not envision this kind of production. I mean, really has been off the charts. You think about the trade that they made to clear the way for Jokic to be the defined center and what he's done with that. This team has been off to the races offensively with the way he handles the point center position.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Pull-up jumper. That's good for Thomas on the assist from Porter. And that's now 7 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And talking about Jokic, even his teammates are in awe, Brent, of his playmaking.
Yeah, even the veteran Mike Miller said last year that it's made the team so hard to guard because it's a weapon really that no other team has. And, of course, we've seen great passers, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins. They have the ability, but the offense is not structured around the things that Jokic can do.
Porter against Johnson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice job getting to the basket. When Johnson has a good look, he doesn't pass it up.
Thomas kicks to Jokic. Miami grabs the miss. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock get under 10 seconds from here on out.
And that one, good. Wade's got 11.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
Thomas against Dragic. Outside Thomas. A rebound by Johnson.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Dragic looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Millsap. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Johnson comes in for Goran Dragic.
Tyler Johnson.
And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And that one, good. 9 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And such a great shooting stroke for Gary Harris. Brent, starting to become a guy who can create as well for others.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has a score-first mentality, but he's capable of doing that, and he's really about the team. He really does whatever it is that the staff is asking of him. He's surrounded by some good young talent, and he seems to fit right in with everything that goes on top of the responsibilities that Mike Malone gives him.
Here, Jones is checked in. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You take a look at the Raptors. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And checking out Miami, just way behind.
And right now for Miami, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
With the fadeaway, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
Johnson kicks to Adebayo. Back to Johnson. Over Porter. Johnson, good.
Tyler was eyeing that shot clock on that possession, knew exactly when it was ticking down, and he delivered.
Harris finds Thomas. That three off the mark. Miami trails by 16. Jones, no one around him, and it's off from three-point range. Jones against Porter, and the pass to Thomas. Pass to Millsap. It's deflected. The putback, and it's Millsap with the extra effort. For Miami, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Feeds to Wade. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well, as soon as he gets it there, it's going up. He's on fire right now.
Denver calls timeout. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems
Kevin,
that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, "Gee, you got 4 A's."
Miles checked in for Whiteside. Rodney McGruder comes in for Derek Jones. Waiters, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Mr. Moves subbed in for Johnson. Now here's Murray. 8 points for him. Martin with it. Out to the right wing. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Misses the three. Passes it to Mr. Moves. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Nuggets in second.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
First free throw is good. Plumlee is checked in for Nikola Jokic. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Now here's Murray. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. But they get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for.
more time.